Welcome back to Structure. It's Friday, and you know what that
You
means.
get a foundation. You get a foundation. You get a foundation.
We're talking Foundation episode 7, and this episode did not disappoint. We
No,
had a great one in our hands.
it's insane. Hey, first and foremost, thanks to everybody for all the love. It's much appreciated. Please continue to drop those comments in and make sure you hit like and subscribe. But let's get back to the comments. I got a question for you all. Spoiler alert. Give you 3 seconds. Okay, go. There is a section in the video or in the show where Brother Day goes through the great spiral.
It's going to be going, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be going. So the question is, do you think once he comes out of it, if he comes out of it, will it change him? Go ahead and put your comments on down in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, we may discuss that on a future video for sure. So yeah, this episode we're gonna discuss 3 main topics on it. We're gonna have, is brother Don in trouble? We're also going to explore the dynamic between Zephyr, Halima, and Brother Day. Something very interesting is developing there. We have different opinions on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And is Harry Seldon alive? Who knows? And also stick with the video. A little bit later on, we're gonna talk about some theories that we have from previous videos, where we kind of call some of the stuff that was gonna happen here. We were right. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna break that down. So we're gonna discuss all
New
of it.
segment called "I Told You So."
I like that. I like that segment. I for sure. So let's get started with the episode review. So is Brother Don in trouble? So I think yes, he is. You can see that from the beginning, the underlying storyline is being that he's different. He holds things on the different hand. He's very depressed. He's worried about his existence. And he knows he's very, very replaceable, as we found out in this episode.
Whoa, mind blowing. I mean, think about it. If it was you, would you want to know that there was an alternate version of you just sitting and waiting in the wing for you to mess up or for something to happen to you? It's like, oh well, throw him away. Let's bring in the replacement. And that's what Brother Dawn has. So having that that understanding or that knowledge hang over him has got to be a huge burden. And this guy, he's they haven't given him an age, but it's got to be late teens, early 20s, right? And he is coming into forming his own views and opinions on different things and whatnot, and growing up. And just to know that as soon as you mess up, as soon as you show that you're different, or as if something happens to you, then that you'll just be replaced, has got to be messing with his mind. I wouldn't be able to take it.
No, I mean, I wouldn't mind having like another version of me if he was gonna do all the work instead of me. That would not be the worst.
Two.
You know what I'm saying? One does the work, the other one does the chores. That would be great. But going back to the topic at hand, yeah, we find out there's actually clones that, even though they're on stasis, they're incubating, they are learning and absorbing all the information, are ready to go. Fresh off the oven, they'll be ready to go day one, and they'll be able to pick up from when the previous clone left off. That's pretty stuff. I mean, I hope the show explores this further. If there's been other clones in the past that have not been perfect clones, not been good enough, they had to be.
Well, definitely something has happened. I mean, they've gone through a lot of extent to create all these alternatives. So I'm going to go out and say on a limb that something has happened. The question is what and to what extent, and what did they do about it? Though, and maybe those will be answered later on. But it's very interesting to see that there are alternates just waiting in the wing. Go ahead, H.
I want to discuss something before we get too far ahead. We kind of skip over it.
Yeah.
And the episode picks up right where the previous one left off, and that's in with Salvor Harding in the Invictus, or reaching the Invictus. We see that she's in peril. They definitely not disappoint. They found the Invictus. We see that she's trying to. They have some kind of plan, or they're trying to hash some kind of plan to turn things around against the Anacrons. And I don't know if it's gonna go too well for them. They didn't do too well inside of the Invictus.
No, there's a lot of turmoil and fighting inside of the Invictus, and not only that, but they got a countdown before, and they disappear to some end of the universe, and who knows what what condition they'll be in once they get into that section of the universe, which is why the Invictus, from what we see, has been labeled as a ghost ship, because it just warps from one place to another place to another place, because it's on a timer. So they're
That's crazy.
fighting against that timer, and honestly, I hate to sound corny, but they have to put their differences aside for a little bit, so that at least somebody, good or bad, can gain control of that ship. So I'll be curious to see how Salvor prevails or endures that situation. We'll see.
But there is a hero that's gonna come through for them, and that's the plot armor. We know she's the main character. That's gonna happen to her right now.
Yeah.
At least that's what I think so.
Yeah.
Oh no, plot armor is strong with them.
Yeah, we'll see.
Now, just so yeah, we're gonna see that. We also have some theories of what may be happening in the next episode. One. But don't say nothing.
Nope.
We're gonna be discussing that on our preview episode for episode 8, which we're gonna be dropping out later on tonight as well.
Should I put it right here?
No, the other side is better, I think.
Put it
That's
right.
Your bird side. Put
it right here.
No, it's the color of my face. You know, this is no, don't worry about it.
It'll be up in the link. Let's go.
No, so the other thing that we wanted to explore today is the dynamic between Zephyr, Halima, and Brother Day. So, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, this is what I observe, they are adversaries, but there's some kind of underlying respect between each other.
Absolutely not.
I feel like Zephyr, Halima, in some ways, challenging the Emperor, who's never really been challenged like that, is making him better. And we also see that this Brother Day, he wants change. He wants to be slightly different than his other clones, although he's not as he's not he's kind of vocal. He did say that to Brother Dusk, that he had messed up on the decisions he'd taken before. So I think they are making each other better, or better say it, Zephyr Halima, I think, is gonna make him a better emperor in a way.
Nah, not at all. Zephyr Halima has an agenda. She does not like Brother Day. Everything that she stands for, he is against. They cannot coexist within the same universe, it seems. And she outmaneuvers him from the beginning, from the time that Day steps foot on that planet. She has outmaneuvered him. And not only has she done that, but she let him know that she knows she's outmaneuvering him, and she's more powerful. And right now, yes, it is a chess match. She is winning, and I'm going to go out on a limb to say that I think that she mind gamed him into going through the great spiral, and we'll see what actually happens.
Okay.
No, certainly. And then this takes us to another point here, and that's gonna be with Harry Seldon.
Oh man,
is he alive?
R.I.P.
So initially we seen when we first see his hologram, is the thing is just convulsioning in the floor. There's blood that's not real blood, and he's like in the last moments. But what did we find out? We find out that until the moment of his death, that there was some kind of transmitter or some kind of device that was put onto that knife and that blade that we talked about before.
Yeah.
That had information, that had all his consciousness saved. And when this was put on the ship, this hologram now has the consciousness of Harry. It's like he's back alive. What are your thoughts on that?
So from the show, we actually saw that Harry had planned it out like we thought. Harry planned it out completely, to the point that he how do I put this? He put his consciousness into that knife, and that knife was a key. As we had said before, that maybe we're starting the I Told You So segment a little bit earlier, but he put his consciousness and his permissions or whatever, because you see that Gal has problems with maneuvering through the ship or whatever. So he has that control, that consciousness in the knife. The knife is actually a key, as we saw it open up the door and all that other stuff. But this was planned, and you see a little bit of conflict between Gal and Harry, because Harry planned everything out for him, for his vision, and it didn't matter what he did to other people's lives, but he, as long as his vision was being it was coming to fruition, he was willing to sacrifice other people's lives and their agendas, which is go ahead, Ace. I'm sorry, I'm taking over.
No, no, it's all good.
Yeah.
Let it out, brother. Brother E, everybody. It's brother E.
There you
Anyway,
go.
no. So one interesting fact was the this hologram retained all of the ego of Harry Seldon because he's a quote unquote good guy, but he has an ego that so sometimes I feel like at one point in this show we're gonna see him turn into a bad person, but
Yeah,
that's for another day.
he's egotistical. Spoiler alert: we see that he has an actual inherited family disease, which is why, if you were wondering why he told Rach to kill him, is because he didn't want to land on the Terminus planet and become feeble-minded and have all these people turn against him, and eventually the actual Foundation wouldn't last and wouldn't survive. So he figured that he would die as a martyr and galvanize, as his words, would galvanize the public. So it's very interesting. You talk about being egotistical. Like I said, he sacrificed other people's lives for his vision because he thinks that he knows best. So is that the best route forward for these people? We'll soon see, but it's very interesting to have that revealed. And Gall's reaction was I think a reasonable reaction as well. And she loved Rach, but because of Harry's decisions, Rach had to go.
And now, interesting enough, we leave the episode with finding out that Gal can feel the future. It's kind of like, and
Whoa.
don't kill me in the comments here, kind of like a Jedi in a way. She has some supernatural abilities, and that's how she's being able to figure out the puzzle. That was the key to that. That's how she's being able to kind of hear things before they're about to happen. That's how she's able to see that micro meteor that comes through the ship.
Yeah.
And she like Matrix says, boom, catches it.
Yeah. Did you see the time she started arguing with Harry, right? And she was Harry was sort of like in the middle of the ship, and she walked to another room and then walked back, and she picked up the shield, right? She picked up the shield, and the whole time they were arguing not on the topic that you just mentioned. They were talking about something else, but she picked up the shield and walked around with the shield for a good few minutes. And then at the split second, she put it up right before debris it came in and nearly killed her. But she knew that far in advance that event was going to happen.
That's
which
a
is
great
amazing.
observation. I kind of missed that.
Yeah.
Because you have a keen eye, my friend. You have
Thank
a keen eye. Now, going to we're gonna switch over to our I told you so. No, I don't want to call it that. That's kind of rude. I don't want to be rude.
It's just
to
for
people.
jokes, just for fun, just for fun. Go
so previous episodes we have mentioned that there are some ideas of where this show may be going. One of those was very simple. I believe Eve was the one who mentioned this. Brother E mentioned this. That Brother E mentioned that those people know that Demerzel is actually a cyber robot or android, whatever you want to call her. And because from the first episode, we see that we, as the audience, are introduced that she is this thing. That she's not like a organic. She's not organic life. She's a robot.
She's a robot.
But people in the realm, I guess, don't know. In the Empire, they don't know that she's this.
Yeah.
And she's even threatening this episode to be exposed. So good call out on that.
Yeah.
If you watch our if you watch our preview episode, the thumbnail said, "Is this the first crisis?" And guess what? Harry was with me on this. This is the first crisis.
Yes, you were right about that for sure. This is the first crisis. For sure. And it's interesting because we mentioned, is this the first crisis? And Harry actually mentioned that on the ship, that it was around the time that Harry and Gall reunite. And he's like, what are you doing here on the ship? What year is it? And he said, you shouldn't be here. This is around the time of the first crisis, which H had put up on one of the thumbnails. Is this the first crisis? And the answer is yes. Yes, it was. Terminus was taken over by the Anacreons, and they killed it. they killed most of the people there and then took them on a ship to find the Invictus. And this is a big deal because if they get control of the Invictus, it is a planet killer. So they are, like they said, they didn't make any qualms about it. They're coming for the Emperor and they're going to blow up his planet just like he did theirs. So
yeah. No, this is it's getting very interesting. We're getting to the finish line. We have I believe, two more episodes left. Episode what, 2 or 3 more?
They're going to 10. So yeah, they three more.
Three more episodes
Yeah.
left. My apologies. We have 3 more episodes left. I think it goes to 10. Yeah,
it goes to 10.
So we got 3 episodes left, and the heat is turned up. So we can expect some action-packed episode. I can predict that episode 9 might slow us down a little bit just to kind of have that calm before the storm. And then episode 10 is gonna be complete fire and leave us in a cliffhanger that we're can't wait to watch the season 2 of this show.
Yeah, season 2, and H, you got some news for us about season 2, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you're watching us, you already know, but the show got renewed for season 2.
Yeah.
So we are getting a season 2, and kudos to Apple on doing that. So I will be watching season 2 on my brand new Apple TV 4K that you need to get one too, because this man refuses to get one.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do not drink the apple juice. I do not, and this is like the Kool-Aid. I do not drink the apple juice. Only I take part in Apple only when I have to. All love though. It's all love.
I predict, just like I predicted with with some of the episodes of Foundation, this man will be an Apple person at some point.
We'll see. It's been years, but we will see.
Oh, no, sorry, we're going on a tangent there. It's a little inside joke that we have. He's I'm
an Android
Roku,
guy.
an Android, Apple. I do dabble in the different things, so I'm pretty sure everybody has their own preferences. We should talk about it. We should talk about that more in the channel for sure.
Yeah.
I think it was a great episode. Can't wait for the next one. We're gonna be having more predictions on our preview episode for episode 8. That's gonna be dropping down tonight as well.
Tonight, going up on a Friday.
Going up on a Friday.
That's right.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Don't forget, on the description, we're gonna have the question of this episode, and make sure you answer it if you want to, of course. And make sure check us out on our social media. We're gonna have the links in the description as well.
And the question is right here: Will the Great Spiral break Brother Day? And my thought is yes, it will. And you know what? If you look at some of the previews that I wrote, you'll actually see part of it. But go on.
No, I think that's all we have for today. What else you got? That's
all I got. Hey, thanks again for joining us. We really appreciate the love. Please keep it coming. It's great chatting with you all. So feel free to drop a comment, whether it has to do with the question or not. But until then, I'm E. This is H, and we are Unstructured.